everyone, my name is Maggie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be getting ready with you. I wanted to focus on my project pan items specifically. So I have my list of what they are along with my stickies to keep track of uses. But I don't know, I feel like I just want to focus on my project pan items today. So I thought, why not do that for this Get Ready With Me? I'm going to have everything listed and linked down below of what I use in case you are curious and want to check it out for yourself. But kind of without further ado, let's just go ahead and get rolling, shall we? I have a few things I'm going to talk about, nothing like wild. First I need to open up my Diet Coke. Oh, it just hits you in the afternoon. If I'm looking down, I have my mirror down here, so that's what that is. But I like to start with my primer for eye primer, Milani. This is just the only eyeshadow primer I have, so it makes it easy to pick what you're going to use. So I like to, this one's a little bit oilier than like the Wet n Wild one, so I just find it needs a little bit extra time to sink in. So what I like to do is put it on first, and then I'll do my face primer while this sets in, and then I will go back to my eyes. I am using the Too Faced Primed and Peachy. I was using a different primer, and it has a slight tint to it, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to wait and use that in the summer, because then I probably don't have to wear like foundation or anything. I can just wear that primer and some concealer and powder kind of a thing. So back to the Too Faced Primed and Peachy primer, which is just so lovely. One of my favorites, but it is being discontinued, so, you know, I'm kind of holding out for a good sale on it. I don't want to spend full price on it, you know, so we'll see what I can find, and if I don't find something, that's fine. The dupe I found is I Heart Revolution's Strawberry Primer. It's basically the same thing, just a strawberry, and it has a little bit of a different tint. So for someone that's super fair, you'd probably want to wear foundation or something. I'm not really wearing a ton of foundation most days, so that's why I'm waiting to use it in the summer. So for my eyes, I'm going to be jumping around a few different palettes. But first, let's just set my primer. My goal this year is to work through all of the kind of cream shades that I would use to set my primer. This one isn't a matte, it's a little bit of a satin I'm currently using, but I want to hit pan in all of them. And then I can go back through and start on working on finishing them up. But that's kind of the goal. And it's nice because I'm bouncing around different shadows then, and I'm having different palettes out, you know. Because if the palette's out, then I'm definitely going to probably reach in there for at least one other shade. Is usually how it works out for me. So there's that. I got my, here I gotta mark it. I'm going to use my Bare Necessities to do my crease, because one of the shades in here is in my eyeshadow roulette. So let's chat while I get my makeup going. I just got back from a work trip. I did vlog it in case if you wanted to see it. It's basically me showing you my outfits and being tired at the end of the day. So, you know, fair warning, it's probably not the most exciting thing, but it is up. I can link it if you want to check it out. It was really good though. I miss traveling. I used to travel for work all the time, so getting to go on work trips is kind of like being able to live my normal life a little bit, you know, what was normal. Of course, you know, you're wearing a mask the whole time and everything is different, but in some ways it does kind of feel the same. There's only a few things that really were different for me. Otherwise, you know, it was fine. I felt super safe in the airports. I would say that the airports I was in all did a good job of keeping them very clean. There were people monitoring masks. On the flights, I flew Delta, so they are I believe the last airline that's blocking the center row, which is really nice. It does make a difference in the comfort level, in my opinion, so go Delta. But I felt like the plane was super clean. I mean, they give you I got a million single disinfecting cloths. Purell, Lysol, Clorox, every brand. I got them everywhere on the flights. I got them in my hotel room. I got them in my rental car, everywhere. So I didn't even use them all. I brought my own pack as well that was already open. So I was trying to use those as much as I could because those ones were already open and prone to maybe drying out. You know what I mean? So that's where I started. So I brought back a lot of those ones that were, not opened yet, those single-use ones for me to just have, which is nice to have those in my stash, I guess. I'm going to use Cinder from the Sultry palette for my shadow on my lid today. But otherwise, it was a good trip. The kind of only exciting thing that happened was on my way home, my bag did not make it home with me. There was, I don't know, some sort of issue where it didn't make it to Minneapolis. So I waited at the luggage claim, my bag just never showed. So I went over to the desk and filed a claim for them, and they found it, which is good. It's not like it's still lost. But I did have a night without my bag, so I got to go shopping, and I already expensed my receipt, and Delta covered everything that was on there, so really nice. And bonus, so I got some different skincare. I got a cleanser, a moisturizer. I got a few things of makeup. I got a cheek palette because it would have a blush, bronzer, and highlight in it. I got a little eye palette. I got a mascara, a powder, and a lip product. So I didn't go full face by any means, but it was kind of like a bonus treat. So I did pick out a few things. So I'm not going to use any of those today, but you'll probably see them in future Get Ready With Me's or see them in my collection and whatever, because they are now there, which is kind of fun. Like I said, you just got to make the most out of the situation you're in. And thankfully I was on my way home, so I had plenty of clothes. I just didn't have toiletry items because I also had to get deodorant and things like that. So yeah, it was good to get that figured out. But yeah, that's kind of the trip situation. The other thing that I wanted to kind of talk about is the stimulus check. I did qualify to get the latest round of stimulus checks, and I've gotten all three of them. The first one I saved. I put it all in my emergency fund because I had no idea if I had job security, what was going on. It was a scarier time than it is right now for me anyway. And then the second one that I got in January, I put the whole thing towards debt, every penny of it. So this next one, I am getting a new phone, and it's not because I really want to, but my phone won't hold a charge. I can't charge it. I haven't been able to charge it for about 2 days. I finally was able to plug it into a battery case and get a little bit of charge on it that way, but only a little bit. So I did order my phone, and it's being shipped to me because my local store didn't really have good stock and what I wanted. So I'm getting the iPhone 12 mini. I have small hands. I don't want a big phone. And from the reviews, it sounds like the iPhone 12 mini is exactly the same as the iPhone 12, just one less camera, I believe. Or no, that's the 12 Pro. Anyway, I'm not into phones. I don't know any of this stuff, you guys. But I did order that, so it's coming, and then I ordered a case for it too, of course. So that should be kind of a project, I guess. I mean, thankfully we have iCloud these days, so my contacts will sync, things like that. But it's more so of just re-downloading the apps that I had on my old phone to my new phone and getting them organized in the way that makes sense and I'm used to. But I think it should be fine. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm very fortunate that I can do something like that. So there you go. But yeah, the iPhone is way more expensive than I thought, because if it would have been that, you know, I wasn't getting a stimulus check, I would have pulled out of my emergency fund. I prefer to just pay for a phone up front in full. I don't really want to add it on to my monthly phone bill if I don't have to. So it just kind of like stars aligned, I guess, where I was able to get the stimulus check, use it towards that, and I still had leftover. So the rest of that money, I saved a portion of it and just a little bit, and then the rest went to debt. So I feel good about that. It all works out in the end, right? Okay, I'm gonna do concealer before my foundation. I'm using this Essence High Beauty concealer. It's kind of like a peachy salmon tone that I like to use in the inner corner of my eyes. It's the darkest. And I like to use a brush to blend that out. So yeah, that is the other excitement, is just having a new phone soon. It hasn't come yet, like I said. I think it's coming tomorrow. So that'll be what I'm working on. And hopefully then I can film on it. My phone, I have the iPhone 7. It's about 5 years old now. And, you know, it films okay, but my audio is super funky on there, and it's just not the best. So hopefully then with the new phone, it'll be easier for me to like maybe vlog a little bit more, and just take, you know, photos of like my eye makeup or whatever, so I can sync it into my channel a little bit. So hopefully that'll work out. Fingers crossed. Okay, I'm going to use foundation today because in my project pan I have this foundation. It's the Cover FX Power Play. I have it upside down because there's not much left. And it's in a squeezy tube, so it's better for it to be like that. I also am getting back into the swing of my workout routine. I had like a little stomach bug hit me before my trip it's just like a 24-hour thing. I think it was probably related to something I ate, now that I think back to it, you know. So that kind of knocked me down, and then I traveled, and I did one workout when I traveled, but honestly, I was so drained. I'm not used to being in front of people all day like I was, you know, and just having a mask on the whole day, and my brain was what was so tired. I mean, I just drained at the end of the day, but like in the best way possible. I mean, it was a good trip. It was very, very productive. But I just came back so tired. I mean, it took a lot of energy for me to just like take a shower and like, you know, kind of pack or like clean up the space and all of that. So I did one workout, and then I had to just like listen to my body for the rest of the week. And the workout that I did was a YouTube video, the hip hop class from MK Fit. I can link the one that I did down below, but she's got all sorts of ones. I have them in my watch later so that when I'm scrolling through for something to watch, it kind of is a reminder. I'm supposed to be working out. So anyway, my boyfriend and I are going to start going for walks again now that it's I guess springtime here. I mean, there's still snow. The lake I'm looking at right now is starting to melt, but there was like 2 feet of ice, so it's going to take a while for it to really melt. But we can't really go out on the lake because it's not melted and it's not frozen either. So it's this kind of weird in-between season where you can't really do a whole lot. But what we can do is we can go on the trails. So we're going to go for walks. We have headless or cordless headphones that we can use to listen to like podcasts and whatever. So I'm hoping we do that a couple of days a week, and then I'll also get back into my strength training stuff that I was doing before. But yeah, kind of hit a little bit of a pause, unfortunately, and I just got to get back to it. Okay, so looking at my basket here, I'm looking at my list of project pan items. For my highlight, I have this Milk makeup stick. This is the mini, and it's the holographic stick, so it kind of has like a purple pink shift to it. And how I like to use it is with a e.l.f. small stipple brush. So I just kind of, you know, get that going onto the brush directly. And then I like to stipple it in that region. But I like to do it before my powder to make sure that my creams, my foundation, and this highlight can actually blend in together. I feel like when I put powder on and then go in with a cream highlight, it just gets kind of cakey and like, I don't know, thick. So we'll get that. But because it's spring, I just feel kind of like a hope in the air. And, you know, it's easier for me to get up in the morning when I know I'm going to see the sun. In the winter in Minnesota, it can be gray for weeks, you know, so just seeing the sun, and I can have the windows open a little bit. I mean, it's like 40, right? So it's not that warm yet, but it's what I need to kind of feel a little bit more motivated, and some of that seasonal downness is coming off of me. For powder, I'm going to use my Too Faced Peach Perfect, my favorite powder. This also travels really well because it has a lid on the sifter here. So I didn't have powder like all over the frickin' place, which was really nice because I have definitely had other loose powders that aren't packaged that way, and it's a mess. I have like a hair on my brush. The other thing that spring means is that we can start grilling, and as it gets even warmer, you know, like late spring, early summer, we can eat on our deck, which I love, just having the evening outside. I put my cat, he does really well on a harness and like a lead that you have in a stake on the ground. So I have one of those, it's like a 15-foot, you know, lead thing that clips onto his harness and onto the ground, and he loves it. And my boyfriend and I just like to sit outside and get the fresh air, and it's really nice, especially after working on the computer all day and being in Zoom meetings and just kind of like sucked in. It's nice to have something to do to relax that's not TV or not Netflix, like a change for your eyes. So I'm looking forward to that as well, because, you know, it was really hard this winter. I felt kind of stir crazy. I felt like I had no energy. And I think part of it is I was so cooped up that like I wasn't able to find energy other places. Like sometimes I feel like once I can go for a walk, even though that takes energy, it also refuels me. But it was just way too cold sometimes for me to go. And I don't like to walk in the dark either. Like if I'm going to go on the trail, it needs to be bright enough for me to see my surroundings. Not that like I've ever had a problem on the trail, but you know, you just feel more comfortable that way, especially if I'm going alone. And I don't go super far. I kind of have a loop that I'll do. The trail goes a lot further, but I don't feel comfortable going further on my own. I just want to kind of stick into my own domain. Okay, so what else do I need to do for my face? I want to do my under eye powder. I kind of set it with that Too Faced one, but I have this Hourglass quad, and the powder is Soft Light, and I really like this under the eyes. I feel like it just kind of helps brighten and smooth in a way. I guess blur might be a better word. So I like to throw that on after I have the other items on. Okay, so all I have left is my brows, mascara, and lips. Not bad. We're doing it. We're cruising. So let me pull out all of those products. I'm going to put some of these away. Oh, I wanted to also shout out this Anastasia Soft Glam 2. This is the only palette I brought on my trip with me. This is awesome for travel. It really has everything I would like. I can go warmer with orange soda and incense. I can go more like rosy with Dusty Rose and Mulberry. And these two kind of shimmery shades are awesome for either kind of warmer or rosier. So this is an awesome palette. I would highly recommend this for a travel palette if you need one. I did not need anything else. I wasn't missing anything. It's just awesome. And I got that at the fall Sephora VIB sale. So it's fairly new. I have used it a handful of times, but sometimes when that's your only option, you know, you use it in ways that maybe you wouldn't normally. And so I got to really see the variety of looks I could get out of it. And I was very pleased overall with how that worked out. Okay, I'm gonna set my face with spray. And we're gonna do my brows using the Milani brow pomade stuff. Starting to get a little dry, so I think I might revive it here soon with like a eye drop in there, you know, and kind of mix it up. But I've been using that for over a year. I used it all last year, and then, you know, so far this year too. So I feel like that's a way better way for me to do my brows is with a pomade than a pencil. I just feel like pencils, we go through them so fast, and they're basically the same price as a pomade. So I don't know. There's some things in makeup that I think are worth maybe like splurging on or going higher end. And then there's other things that I just don't think are worth it. Like mascara, I'll just stick with drugstore. There's so many options and great ones there that I don't feel the need. But even for brows, like even if you do stay drugstore, I feel like pencils are such a waste, not only of money, but also the packaging and just, I don't know. I'm definitely converted onto pomades now, so that's just totally a bias as well. I'm going to top it with a little bit of brow gel from Essence. It's the Make Me Brow. So we'll just get a little bit going there, just to kind of hold them in place. It does add a little bit of a tint. So on days where I don't want to do my full brow with a pomade, I can just use this too. So I like that it's a dual purpose type situation. Then I'm going to add in my inner corner highlight. I'm using my Anastasia Sultry. I'm trying to finish up the shade Pearl in here, which is the like sparkly champagne type shade. So if I don't use it on my lid, I like to use it in my inner corner. Okay, I got mascara. This is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. Like I said, with the mascara I just bought from Delta, I picked out the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Uncensored. I don't really know how I feel yet. I used that mascara once and it has a different wand shape, but I kind of feel like it was the same effect. So I'm going to need to play with it more to see if it really is just the wand shape or if I feel like the formula is different and wears differently. But I am really impressed with the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. I also really liked the Essence Lash Princess in the green writing, the false lash effect. But I found that I started to have flaking issues with it even when it was kind of newer. So I haven't had that with the CoverGirl one as much. So I'm not sure if I just got like a bad tube of the Essence or if that's like a thing now for me. I'm not really sure. I'm sure I'll try that mascara out again sometime this year. I do like the waterproof version of it. That one didn't. The Essence waterproof didn't give me problems, so I might just use that. I do need to get, I'm not yet, but once we're going out on the boat and stuff, I'll want to have a waterproof mascara. So for my lips, I have a lip liner and a lipstick in my project pan. So the lip liner is from Jordana, R.I.P. Jordana is no longer a brand. This is the shade Tawny, which is a beautiful My Lips But Better for Me. So I'm gonna line and fill in my lips with it. And then the lipstick that's in my project pan is from the Ulta Beauty line. And then this is in the shade Nude. They don't make this packaging or the shade Nude. I'm sure it's whatever cream lipstick line is what this transformed into. But I really like this. It's so comfortable. And the shade is great for every day. So I'm ready. I'm put together now. Yay! I hope you guys enjoyed just kind of chit-chatting. I know I wasn't super thorough in anything I talked about. I was kind of all over the place, but sometimes that's just how it goes. So I hope you are having a great day. Thank you for watching. Probably already just said that, but thank you again. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.